Hey guys, today I'm going to be getting ready and also telling you 3 things that I could not live without after freshly being postpartum and having my newborn baby. So let's get into it. So when you freshly have a baby in the hospital, they give you swaddles that the hospital provides normally. So a lot of times they have like little feet on them or little stripes, but they do not stretch at all. It's like you have to be perfectly good at swaddling. And me and my husband, having our first child, hadn't really had experience swaddling before. So we watched the nurses very closely on how to do a good swaddle. But throughout all the nights in the hospital and the fresh nights of our first few weeks of being at home with our baby, we couldn't figure out how to get that perfect swaddle that the nurses always did, especially with the swaddles that did not stretch. A lot of the registries that we looked at recommended the muslin type of fabric for swaddles, so we got those on our registry and thought we'd use them a lot. One thing I did not anticipate was the struggle of having to stretch or try to stretch this swaddle around the baby while he was moving and crying and did not want to be tightly swaddled. So what someone got us was this very stretchy material for our swaddle. And we actually were only gifted one of these. And so I would recommend trying to get multiple, because if there was ever a spit up or the baby peed into it or something like that, we weren't able to use that good swaddle for that night. And I don't really know why everyone is so obsessed with the muslin one. It is nice and breathable in hot weather, but if you are specifically looking to swaddle your baby to go to sleep, this stretchy material is absolutely a heaven sent. I don't know how we would have been able to do tight swaddles on our baby if we didn't have this stretchy material. Here is the one and only swaddle that we had, and it was absolutely the best. See, lots of stretch. I will look. The brand we got is Copper Pearl. I'm not sure. I think it was a Target brand, but it has polyester, rayon, and spandex. And I think that combination is much better than the muslin or the cotton different ones, because it actually has a little give. And it's much larger than the normal swaddles that you get. So without a doubt, in your first few weeks of having a baby at home, I would 100% recommend adding this to your registry or quickly going to the store and buying them. There's no reason why you should just be sitting at home struggling with these swaddles that do not stretch at all. Get yourself a stretchy swaddle. Next. This next item was on our registry, and I also got a hand-me-down one from my sister. There are different sizes. It is the Boppy Pillow. Some of the Boppy Pillows have more of like a rectangular shape, and then the other ones have more of a tight U. I got a hand-me-down one from my sister and also some from a registry, and I tried out the different ones. So this one specifically is the more of the rectangle. And then there is one that is more of a U, it's tighter. I didn't really like how tight it was on my stomach, and I obviously only tried it out when I was pregnant to see if I wanted to keep it. So obviously when your stomach goes down, you might have different preferences, but I personally really liked the rectangle boppy shape, but I didn't think that I would need it as bad as I did. In the hospital, you are freshly figuring out how to breastfeed, and the nurses are helpful and it's great and all, but with this little baby, it is so hard to hold your arm up. And yes, you can use any pillows you want. It doesn't have to be a Boppy Pillow, but the reason I like the Boppy Pillow is because when I was in the hospital in the middle of the night trying to figure out how to breastfeed, how to do all the latching and everything, I had to also maneuver 3 pillows. 3 because hospital pillows are like the thinnest have no stuffing type of pillows. So I'm in the middle of the night holding my baby and trying to move these pillows under my arm to figure out. There was just too many different things to deal with. And I remember I didn't bring my Boppy Pillow to the hospital, and I 100% regret that. It was a lifesaver when I got home. Instead of having to figure out how to get all these pillows underneath my arm, and then when you switch sides, moving it while you're holding the baby, it just was so many things to think about, and I was already tired and stressed when I put the Boppy Pillow in there, and it was just perfectly set, and I could either side not have to move pillows. It was a lifesaver, and I didn't believe people when they said that you would actually need it, but that is one thing I would definitely get. And right now my baby has grown enough that he lays more on my lap, so I don't use the Boppy Pillow as much. But in the first few weeks when you're figuring everything out, the last thing you want to do is try to also figure out the pillow situation. Another cool thing about Boppy Pillows is that when you have a newborn, tummy time normally needs to be supported. You can either do it with a rolled up blanket, or you can do this and have the baby do tummy time laying through here so he's supported a little bit. But there's also a lot of other uses you can use this Boppy Pillow for, but the main one is those first few weeks of having a baby. You need this. Please, just listen to me. I promise you, you will not regret it. My last item that I could not live without is the Silverettes. I know, you've probably seen a lot of people talking about it, and you're thinking, no, it's fine. I don't know if I'll actually need them, but I think the Silverettes were absolutely a lifesaver. When you first start breastfeeding, your breasts are going to be in a lot of pain, and specifically the nipple will get cracked and will bleed, especially in these first few weeks of having a baby and trying to figure out breastfeeding. I didn't think that I would need them as bad. I didn't even add them on my registry or get them on my registry, but I definitely loved having them. My mother-in-law bought them for me after realizing I definitely needed help. I was trying to use all of the butters and the cooling packs and things like that, and nothing was working. And finally, when we got these, I was healed like the next day. It's so nice to be able to keep you moisturized throughout the whole day. And also the breast milk that sat inside of these helped heal me and also helped me enjoy breastfeeding without having to deal with all the pain that comes with it. Just this alone will do all the healing that you need. It'll make that experience 10 times better, I promise you. So I would 100% recommend buying these 3 items and putting them on your registry to help you with those first few weeks while you're just figuring it all out. Thanks so much for watching. Comment down below if I missed something that you personally feel was a must-have on your list, and also what your thoughts are on my list. Don't forget to subscribe and also like and follow along for more. Bye.